Ta Keo had to be the state temple of Jayavarman V, son of Rajendravarman, who had built Pre-Rup. Like Pre-Rup, it has 5 sanctuary towers arranged in a quincunx, built on the uppermost level of a 5-tier pyramid consisting of overlapping terraces, a step pyramid, surrounded by a moat, as a symbolic depiction of Mount Meru. Its particularly massive appearance is due to the absence of external decorations, as carving had just begun when the work stopped, besides an elaborate use of perspective effects. It is considered an example of the so-called Kling style. The main axis of the temple is EW, and a causeway 500 meters long connects its eastern entrance to a landing stage on the eastern beret, with which Ta Keo was in tightly relationship. The outer banks of the surrounding moats, now vanished, measure 255 m by 195 m. The first terrace is 122 m by 106 m. Its wall of sandstone on a laterite basis constitutes the outer enclosure. Along the east side, there are 2 long galleries, whose roofs were probably in wood and tiles. They were illuminated by balustrade windows. The second terrace is 5.5 m higher. Each of the first 2 terraces has a gapura at the 4 cardinal points. Each gapura has 3 independent passages and a central tower with diminishing tiers. A continuous gallery, 1.4 m width, constitutes the inner enclosure of the second terrace. It has windows only towards the interior and measures 80 m by 75 m. It's exciting because it has no door and seems purely decorative, and it is the first example of Khmer gallery, together with Phimianakas. Before Ta Keo, e.g. in Pre-Rup, there were long buildings that followed the length of enclosures with some discontinuity. However, it hasn't a stone vault. Probably its roof was made of wood and tiles too. Along the eastern side of the second terrace in the corners, there are 2 buildings that are the shorter version of the long galleries of the first terrace. More towards the central axis, there are 2 little sandstone libraries, opening to the west, with false windows on upper stories. The final pyramid rises 14 m in 3 narrow steps from the second terrace. Its base is 60 m square, the summit is 47 m square and stands 21.5 m above the ground. The 4 stairways that lead to the summit are continuous and very steep. At the foot of the eastern one, there is a statue of a kneeling Nandi, which confirms that Ta Keo was a Shivarite temple. The absence of any decoration makes the final pyramid massive. However, on the east face, some damaged carvings of floral patterns are still visible. The 4 corner towers on the summit stand on 0.8 m high basements and open to the 4 cardinal points with protruding vestibules. In the central tower, which dominates the others from its basement 4 meters high, the vestibules are doubled. Fragments of lingas and several statues were found in the sanctuary chambers, some 4 meters wide, and around the towers. The central tower reaches a height of 45 meters.